Today on Main Streets and Back Roads, believe it or not, we're at home.
It's hard to believe. As many of you know, I've been fortunate enough to surround myself with good people. We've done a lot of fundraisers over the years. We've done some crazy things like have a jet-powered minivan, sword swallowers at the car shows, fire breathers, horse and buggy rides downtown, outdoor movies, and the list just goes on and on.
And not to mention the other ones that we've at least participated in.
Yeah, we love going to fundraisers.
So in the last year, we purchased 2 Ford Model Ts, both of which are 100 years old. Actually, a little older than that.
Yeah.
So while we were researching our Ford Model Ts that we knew nothing about whenever we first purchased them, Todd came across a couple of books where people had traveled across the country over 100 years ago, and we were just in awe at the reliability of the cars and also that people, took them across the country.
Some pretty amazing stories out there, and I'll put a link to a couple of different books that I found to be very interesting that are from 85 to 110 years ago. We even went to Detroit to research, and one of the first things I went to was the second car that crossed the country, and I still had mud on it, which I thought was kind of neat. So in the year 2000, I found out I was going to be a dad, and you fast forward to April 2nd, 2001, my daughter Elizabeth was born. She was born with hydrocephalus, along with a list of other things the doctor said was wrong with her, and she had a shunt placed in her brain that drained the spinal fluid, and after a couple of days, her circumference of her head went down over 2.5 inches. So if you think about that for a second, go to the circumference of a newborn's head, it's a lot of difference. And so anyway, she had her first revision at about 9 months old, and she's had 19 shunt related surgeries since then. And she's now 21 years old. She works a job, she goes to school, and she's been pretty aggressive about raising money for hydrocephalus research.
So Elizabeth's going to tell you a little bit about what hydrocephalus is and how it affects her.
Hey, my name is Elizabeth, and I am Todd's daughter. And today I'm going to tell you a little bit about hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus is caused between an imbalance between how much cerebral spinal fluid is produced and how much is absorbed into the bloodstream. For me, my ventricles were constricted, and I had to have a shunt because of that to get the fluid off my brain. Here's a picture of one of my shunts, and here's where it is now. For some people, to get rid of their headache, they just take Tylenol or any over-the-counter medications. But for me, it really is brain surgery.
So Todd thought of the ultimate way to raise money while still showing our love and appreciation for old cars and our love for traveling the country and the country itself.
So I'm 50 years old, and I was raised in the 70s and 80s when the good movies come out. I watched Convoy, Smokey and the Bandit, and Cannonball Run. Those were my inspirations for this.
So from the books that Todd read, there were people who had traveled the country in 64 days and as fast as 14 and a half days, I think, in like 2016. But they had people driving with them, and we could not find anybody, at least in recent research, that had done it with a solo driver. So our goals are to travel coast to coast in 12 days, hopefully.
November 2023.
And to raise $10 a mile.
And that'll be possible with your support. We had some decals made up, and we'll sell those for $20 a piece. And anyone that makes a donation of $20 or more will be on the back of our car trailer for the duration of the trip. Businesses are $100, $250, or $500, depending on how big you want your logo to be. Don't forget, we're going across country twice. We got to come back. Some people probably don't want us to come back, but we are. And they'll also be on display at the local festivals, such as the Iris Festival and stuff like that.
So basically, consider us a traveling billboard.
I'm at a loss for words. This is crazy. It's kind of like Chevy Chase in the movie. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm in deep. What have I got myself into? Anyway, we'll see come November 23rd. We'll keep you updated. And this is going to be quite the adventure. And don't know what I've got myself into.
I mean, I guess we don't really know what to expect until we get there. But if you want to follow us, you can follow our modifications of the car and the trailer, as well as our journey and preparation for the trip. So to find us, go to Todd Touchberry on Facebook. What else are you on?
YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay. So I think we got those covered. And you can also follow our other channel at Plywood Palace, and that's where they have done some modifications on our old stuff.
We'll put a link in the description to that channel.
So thanks for watching. Thank you for considering to donate to our trip and to hydrocephalus research.
We'll keep you updated. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. And you can reach us, and we'll put the email and phone number and everything else in the description. Appreciate your time.